Hey everybody, welcome back to Hex Token channel. Your host, Superman. I hope you guys are having a good time. Live stream number 2, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex. Of course, we've got a fun topic, of course, today. We're going to watch a few videos as well. Richard Hart Genius and Market Insights. Hope you guys enjoy this one. And we're also going to look at a few other things here. We've got Michael Saylor up in the house there. And of course, he's still pushing Bitcoin pretty hard. Obviously, I like Bitcoin too. But of course, he is going hard there with his evangelism, I guess you'd call it, as well. So just a Bitcoin at this time getting asked the hard questions there. Got a little 9-minute video there. Got asked pretty much at 2 minutes in there, would you encourage people to buy Bitcoin? He goes, yes, get Bitcoin, because he's looking at 4-year averages rather than the price and the instantaneous price. And of course, 4-year averages there. So pretty interesting there from Michael Saylor. So definitely check that. I'll probably post the link to that tweet in the chat there if you want to check that out. Bam! It's always worth watching some of the leaders. Obviously, we follow Richard Hart pretty hardcore, but it's always good to follow some of the other leaders in the crypto space as well. So cool. Sounds like the audio is going up and well. We're just going to set up the old chat here. Woohoo! I'm pretty excited about this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to look at Richard Hart, of course, insights into the crypto market. It's going to be a lot of fun there. Who else is in the house there? Big welcome from me. A good night from Sam. And, of course, Blobfish King here. Woohoo! I'm on time trying to stay positive, stake, and chill. That's the truth there, Blobfish King. Stake and chill. You're going to keep earning the Hex per share, 6.127, I think it is, base. And, of course, penalties on top. It's not too bad. What's up, Hexkin, says Tintop. What's up? And, of course, I'm pretty much guaranteed to say that every time, Tintop. That's pretty much how I roll. KD says, hey, good to see you in the house. And, of course, J-Man in the house as well. Woohoo! Good to see you. It's now too. Late night tonight says it's now. Yeah, let's see how you do. It's now. And you are still up. So it's good to see you in the chat. As always, our foreman of moderated Team 6 there. Pretty cool. So pretty fun there. We're going to actually have a look at a few things here on the Richard Hart stream. So let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. We're going to watch part 1 here. So this has been posted by Truth out there. Good old Robbie Davidson in the Hex community there. So we're going to watch this. I think it's pretty cool. A couple inspirations here from Richard. And of course, some cool insights, genius insights here into the market of crypto. And hope you guys enjoy this. Let's go for that.
It's an amazing run. Went up, 23x in so many days. Green line up, parabola, fell out of the parabola, red line. Do I run a paid group or I just make amazing price calls for free? I make amazing price calls for free. I called the Bitcoin top on the day. Did I charge you for it? Did I charge you anything for the education? No. Why? Because I've been a retired multimillionaire since 2003. I brag about it all the time. I called the top. And I told you last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. This cycle, Ethereum topped exactly 27 days after Bitcoin did. Exact same thing. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin's great run.
This one?
Here's where we fall out of the parabola. Yep. Just click the chart. Hey, look, we're going up. Oh, look, we're not going up no more. Doom time. And check the timestamp, and that timestamp equals the picture in the chart. That's where I called the top. Anytime we get one of these big run-ups, which, by the way, is usually following by a crash, which I think we are due for the rest of the crash. We're already down half. I think we'll go down another 75% to an 85% total drop. Nobody else thinks that.
80% total drop for what?
I think Bitcoin will tap $10,000 from its high of 65,000 because that's what it normally does. It drops 85%. Ethereum usually drops 95% because it has lower liquidity. So it acts like a leverage position on Bitcoin to some degree. Well, so Bitcoin runs up, ETH runs up higher.
The people in the Bitcoin ecosystem tell me, look, Bitcoin is unlikely to do what it has been doing in the past couple of cycles, which is drop 80%, precisely because new institutional money have already been placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Institutional investors now with more money are likely to make the coin less volatile, so to speak.
It's not true.
How would you respond to that?
They're wrong and I'm right. And written right there on the website, it says, you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
So I thought that was pretty cool. That's part 1 there. We're going to watch part 2 as well. Part 3 is going to come out later, so we'll probably watch that on another day. I thought that was pretty cool. They're from Robbie Damson and the Truth channel there. Pretty cool. Yeah, like I say, we've got this Michael Saylor stuff. Definitely follow that. It's always good to follow all the leaders and hear what they're saying, whether you agree with them or not. You keep learning, right? You just keep learning. You learn who's making the good calls, who's making the bad calls, and why they make them. So it's pretty cool on that one. So there's Michael Saylor. The other thing, of course, is Celsius is the big news as well in the market. And, of course, Celsius obviously, paused their withdrawals on June the 13th there. And, of course, there was an update here just 11 hours ago here from Alex Mashinsky here. Actually, I'm not followed on him on this one, but that's because this is my backup one here just for live streaming. Celsius Network team is working non-stop. This is 11 hours ago. We're focused on your concerns and thankful for to have heard from so many. See you come together as a clear sign our community is the strongest in the world. This is a difficult moment. Your patience, support mean the world to us. Seriously, your business model's broken, and at the very least. So they shouldn't, any banking lending platform should not be in a situation if their model works correctly, especially if you're doing disintermediation of banking on the blockchain. So a bit crazy stuff there. But anyway, it's good to keep tabs on them, right? Good keeps tabs there on good old Celsius community there. So cool. I'll post that in the chat too if you want to follow them. Always good to keep up the tabs on that. Bam. So that is a cool one there. Now, obviously, with all these leaders in the place, and of course they're all having big problems. Michael Saylor, of course, has to ride through the price cycles. Has some collateral lending stuff going on there with Bitcoin. Celsius, of course, having their withdrawal, paused. You've got Coinbase and other centralized exchanges laying off a lot of people. So there's lots of stuff happening at the moment with this big market pullback. And of course, at the moment, we've got Bitcoin just popped under 22,000. We've got at 21,900 there at the moment. So some interesting stuff going on there. And of course, this here tests, right? These are not only just testing investors, but are testing business models. And some business models have been absolutely wrecked lately. And this is the way it's going. So people are taking opportunities, not just short traders, but people actually testing the robustness of these models has also been going on. So some pretty crazy stuff there. Anyway, we're at the 21,900, so it's still holding up pretty well there on a BTC. We've got Ethereum still, 1,185, so still up 5%, 3% respectively on the daily candle there. We've got Hex at the moment at 3.6 cents, so just down a tad. We were sitting up around about 3.7, 3.8, actually 3.9, pretty close to 3.9 today. So we're down to 3.6 there. We've got Hedron at 2.62. We've got Maxi at 6.2 cents. And I think the premium has been holding up fairly well. 72%, so the premium actually back up on Maxi. So Maxi, like a boss, man, this thing's doing so well. And the high so far, 74% on Maxi. Maxi performing pretty well. Pulse Dodge coin was green, and of course our plane's going to have to change to red again. And of course we have to circle that around. Bam. There it's currently red now. It was green in our first live stream. High today so far is $2.33, and the low so far is $2.08, and we're currently just above that at $2.09 at the moment with the old Gunther plane there flying around. This is how we roll with that. What else we got going there? Human Hex Trafficker in the house there. What up, family? Good to see Human Hex Trafficker. A property review in house there. Another great show from Superman on Hex Token. I appreciate that property review. Big shout out to you. So very, very cool. Hey, let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at part 2 of Richard Hart, Genius, and Market Insights. So let's have a check this out. And from the Truth team there, David Robinson. So nice. Let's play that out. Bam.
We already had our top at 65K on Bitcoin, 4,400 on Ethereum, and I think we'll find new lows. I think you'll see Ethereum down at 300. I think you'll see Bitcoin down at 10,000, because historically that is what they have done in the past. And if you try and play the this time is different game, you're going to lose all your money. Usually it's not different. Usually history tends to repeat itself. Usually the market behavior rhymes. It's not identical, but it rhymes. The top for Bitcoin in this cycle which had just, I guess, made a new top. So it was a local top, but it lasted 6 months. I called it on the day. I said, this is a top. So Bitcoin went from $65,000 down to $30,000. I think it might even went 29.5, 28, something like that, depending on what exchange you're on. And so it dropped 55% from that day. And how did I know it was that day? Because it fell out of the parabola and everyone had their eyes on a single day. It was the easiest call ever. But it didn't go down the 85 like it normally did. It only went down 55 and now it went up again. But because it went up again, I don't know if it could do a double top. It could just be a temporary higher high, and it could go make a new low and make everyone very sad. It took 6 months to make a slightly higher high from 65 to 69. And now
you predicted 60K. Are you prepared to make a prediction on the low?
85% drop. So it was 10K, but now that we went up to 69, it's 11K. I believe in the 85% drop. I believe in people selling the bottom. I believe in the pain. And I don't believe in people buying $1 million JPEGs forever and being profitable forever. Nope. Nope.
How long does it take? How long does this drop? How long will it take, do you think, the 85%?
Well, here's a trick.
Within a month or 3 months?
Here's a trick. The last bear market lasted exactly 365 days. We went from 20K down to 3K in exactly 365 days. So these bear markets, they don't have to last a long time. It just really matters how many people you shake out. And written right there on the website, it says, you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
So that was part 2. And when we get part 3 comes out, I'll definitely put it on probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. It's pretty cool. Mr. Frost, there's possibility of BTC going to 10K. Well, there we heard it from Richard Hart, the man himself. 85% retrace 10K is his call. So you heard it. That's kind of where Richard thinks it's going. Now going down to 10K from where we're already going down quite strongly here with 2 waves. Quite easily go down for a 3rd wave, hit the 17, and then of course then it's only another jump from 17 down to 11K and finding the bottom. So how long it takes there is another question. I mean, we were here fairly long on the Bitcoin here from around here. We were here for a month there. So is this going to be a month along here? That's the question you asked. I think it's going to be a bit shorter. We'll probably get a bit more volatility. Maybe it'd be maybe a couple of days. Maybe it's really tenuous. No one really knows at this stage. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Woohoo! All right. So let's actually cruise that back. I'm going to take the, change this chart to monthly. Hopefully we've got enough data on here. So we're going to scroll that up and bam. Let's scroll. We're on the monthly chart now on Bitcoin. So, if you look at, this was the high back in December 2017. So we reached that 19,891 or 20K mark. And of course, we kept declining all the way, technically down through to, 334, 337. So all the way to about January of that year. So, I mean, that's basically, 17 and 18. So 18 and then, so basically a year we were moving down the bear market there. So it's quite a long time. And at the moment, of course, if we take the top at 69, we're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. So maybe another 4 months could get you down to the bottom of the bear. And if so, let's say around about this mark here, this line, we've got the yellow line there. So, if you're going to have a similar length, maybe it's another 3 or 4 months getting down to 11K, or maybe it's just a lot faster, and maybe actually we have a bigger retrace than 85% and go down a lot further. Obviously, Richard did call targets of 300 for ETH and around 10K for BTC. So we'll see how we play out with that. Obviously, things rhyme, but they're not exactly the same copyright. So we will see on that one. Dog Day says it will get a good bounce at 10K, says Dog Days. I guess it's kind of the call is we're still in the bear market, so I still expect it to go down. And of course, we have seen that on the chart. We're miles away from any confirmation of going up there at this stage. So it's just what it is. We could have a little pause as well. So that's definitely in the game, having a nice green month. We've got 3 red months in a row there on Bitcoin. We've got to have a nice green month there for a minute and have a pause. When we had this rejection here, we had a couple of green months in there on the retrace, so we could reasonably have some of those as the market comes down for a little bit until maybe the next interest rate rise or the next calamity comes out that decides to do a big risk-off sell-off on the markets. So that's where we are on the monthly. Let's change that to weekly here. There's Coinbase, by the way. Actually, I'm changing the wrong thingy, I think. Yeah, I'm changing the wrong button there. That's funny. Let's go to the weekly there, and you can see the weekly play out here on the weekly. So we got a nice little crossover there. When we got the 200-day, the 50-day moving across the 100-day moving average, that was pretty positive. And at the moment, we've still got that in place on a weekly basis. So we'll see where that leads. Cool. That is our BTC. We're going to jump over to get out of there and get back to us. We're at just under 3.6 cents on Hex at the moment. That's pretty much it. Brazil says, I will dollar cost average into Hex if Bitcoin hits 15K, says Briz. There's probably not a bad choice there, Briz. Did you see this article report 3 arrows capital liquidated for millions? Sources say crypto hedge fund may face solvency. Yeah, well, Hexcoin, we covered 3 arrows a little while back, didn't we? I haven't actually seen that article. Hey, Hexcoin. Is Hexcoin? No, yeah, okay. Hey, good morning from all. Sup, Briz, what would change that in our Hex price? I don't know if the correlation's very easy to see. No one's done a correlation so far that I've seen. I tried to do one on the charts on TradingView. I couldn't actually do that straight up, so I might actually look a bit hard at that. Good point. Let's have a look at the 3 arrows. 3 arrows hedge fund. I'm not sure if that's the hedge fund 3 arrows. Hopefully Bloomberg doesn't stop us on that one. Crypto hedge fund ominous tweet is latest one. 3 arrows co-founder says firm is working this out. Contagion fears add to Celsius crisis. So obviously they're quite strongly in on Celsius. They would have. Let's see, push decline. That's so funny. And I think we're under contacts there. I might need to go to the. Oh, they got that. I'm not sure if they had news on there. No news on there. I thought they had the Twitter on here, but they don't seem to have the Twitter on there. I just have to find it on here. Just a moment. Arrows capital trending. What 10.9 million locked Luna for about 560 million USD, current value 60-70. Really? Ouch, that is really bad. That's true. What else there? Lots of negative stuff on it for sure. Curing at least 400 million liquidations. Ouchie. Man, we just covered them just a few months ago. Pretty crazy there on that one. So anyway, contagion fears. What else we got here? A vague tweet by founder of 3 Arrows Capital, an influential hedge fund, has been liquidating crypto holdings as prices plummeted, is stirring fresh apprehension in an already shaken industry. Let me just jump out of that tweet there. Let me just zoom on that too. Bam. Recognition. We are in the process of communicating with relevant parties and fully committed to working this out. Former Crete Swiss Botter Group AG trader Shu Su tweeted from his verified account without providing further details. Shu and 3 Arrows co-founder Kyle Davies didn't respond to the request for comment. They're thought to be among the world's biggest crypto holders. Any sign of stress on their operations would be unwelcome news for industry bulls. 3 Arrows was estimated in March to be managing around 10 billion in assets, according to blockchain analytics and Nathan. While information on its trading strategies is sparse, 3 Arrows is known to hold stakes in a diverse range of different crypto assets. Also own more than 5% of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest Bitcoin fund, or as of December 2020. Now, if you recall, Rack and Rochelle did a deal. It was with 29 degrees. It was not 3 hours. It was 29 for some reason. The world's largest Bitcoin fund of December 2020, according to the latest available regulatory findings, though it's unclear whether 3 hours has maintained that position. 3 hours is amongst the highest profile players in decentralized finance and especially buzzy arena of digital commerce, whose hallmarks is the use of cryptocurrencies as collateral for major loans and leverage bets. But when the market goes through rocky periods and token values decline, those positions can be automatically liquidated in quick succession, forcing hedge funds like 3 Arrows to either spend more in support or face being wiped out. Mike Novogratz, a billionaire fan of Galaxy, said earlier this month that he expects 2/3 of crypto hedge funds to fail during this market rout. And that's the tweet there. So actually, that's probably the easiest way. I figured that they'll probably have that there. So you got that there. So we're going to follow him on the 3 Arrows there. We're in the process of communicating with relevant parties there, fully committed to working this out. Oh, ouchie. I'm not sure if he replied to any of those. Ladies, look at leverage and how smart men go broke, says Richard Hart. He's responded to that. Well, literally every single Richard Hart hater is in the thread saluting. You can't make this up. So some interesting stuff there. Anyway, so that is that. What else is going on there? Crypto markets had already witnessed 2 high-profile blow-ups in May. Obviously, Terra, Luna, and Celsius. What else? 3 Hours is amongst investors. One was among investors in a 1 billion sale earlier this year of Terra Luna, the sister of Token. But recent attention around the fund is centered around its exposure to cryptocurrency called Ether, Staked Ether, Staked Ether, a token offered by DeFi app called Lido Finance that has become widely used in the market. So, an exchange protocol. Lenders like Celsius make up the lending. So, yeah, just a bit of preamble there. So, just to put a lot of stuff around there. There's not a lot of detail. So, it's pretty interesting. So, thanks for bringing that up. Who was that bring that up there? Hex coin, was it Hex coin? Hex coin, yes. So big shout out to that. That was pretty interesting. Let's jump back out to there. We've got Hex Biker says, hey from the UK. Good morning all. Hey, good to see Hex Biker. Sup Briz? What would change that? Hex Price, yeah. Superman from Polynesian Pulsechain in the house there too. I'm going to full screen that Hex price there at the moment. This is the hourly, daily. It's a daily there. So look at the hourly chart. The hourly chart there. Bam. Pull it up. That is the hourly Hex chart there at the moment. Bear market will last 365 days. Yeah, that's probably how long it was last time, but it was actually longer. Mr. Froze just took a while to wind up. Yeah, probably that's kind of based on the last year there. No one really knows what the exact time will be, Mr. Frost. That biz from Briz says last year, the biz from Briz. We love the biz from Briz. Don't know what that will do to the broader market. Well, yeah, if their positions are that big, they could really they have to wind down a lot of stuff. That's putting fuel on the fire big time. Over 500,000 Hex per BTC right now. It's now, that's a pretty interesting number. What was it yesterday? It's now, I think you posted it yesterday. So it's probably a bit better than yesterday. It's a little bit there. Hey gang, quick hello before sleep, says Bob Wells. Hey Bob, good to see you in the chat. Brazil says the markets are manipulated in such a way that it wants a certain amount of money to sell, and after X amount sells, and only after it sells, they bring the money back, says Briz. The weak must be washed out. Market can stay retarded for longer than you can stay solvent, that's true. But also, I hope it sends Hex below a penny. Yeah, so a lot of people wanting to buy in large volumes of Hex at cheap. Obviously, Pulsechain still coming. Was over 700k Hex per BTC a few days ago. Yeah, I thought it was 700k. So I'll be DCAing all the way down, says Bob. Yeah, the article was from about 10 hours ago. Crazy market conditions. Yeah, it was definitely crazy. Thanks for your streams. Great streams, says BB. Hey, BB, a pleasure. Always great to see BB in the house there. Now, most of you probably subscribe to Ballet Brand's channel, but if you haven't, go subscribe to BB's channel there, Ballet Brand. Legend in the chat there. Bob Wells, absolutely. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. These crashes is how old money keeps new money from usurping it. They say the only two people holding original Amazon stock is Jeff Bezos and his mum. That's funny. I heard that too. Yeah. How was it? His mum's 75. R8 showed his feet. That means that the bottom. That's the bottom. That's a good insight. That's actually a pretty good insight there. DX by Hex now for everybody. Yeah. Or maybe a healthy 75. It's true. All right. So we looked at this clip earlier in the live stream. So we might as well play it one more time here. This is part one of Richard Hart Insights, since that's kind of the main topic of this live stream today. We're also going to look at, obviously, keep tabs on the market price. Let's get into revisit this. Now, there's part 1, 2, and 3 is going to be out there. This is part 1. Richard Hart done told you. Yeah. Done told you.
Hey guys, Bitcoin's amazing run. Went up, 23x in so many days. Green line up, parabola, fell out of the parabola, red line. Do I run a paid group, or I just make amazing price calls for free? I make amazing price calls for free. I called the Bitcoin top on the day. Did I charge you for it? Did I charge you anything for the education? No. Why? Because I've been a retired multimillionaire since 2003. I brag about it all the time. I called the top. And I told you last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. This cycle, Ethereum topped exactly 27 days after Bitcoin did. Exact same thing. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin's great run.
This one?
Here's where we fall out of the parabola. Yep. Just click the chart. Hey, look, we're going up. Oh, look, we're not going up no more. Doom time. And check the timestamp, and that timestamp equals the picture in the chart. That's where I called the top. Anytime we get one of these big run-ups, which, by the way, is usually following by a crash, which I think we are due for the rest of the crash. We're already down half. I think we'll go down another 75% to an 85% total drop. Nobody else thinks that.
80% total drop for what?
I think Bitcoin will tap $10,000 from its high of 65,000, because that's what it normally does. It drops 85%. Ethereum usually drops 95% because it has lower liquidity, so it acts like a leverage position on Bitcoin to some degree. Well, so Bitcoin runs up, ETH runs up higher.
The people in the Bitcoin ecosystem tell me, look, Bitcoin is unlikely to do what it has been doing in the past couple of cycles, which is drop 80%, precisely because new institutional money have already been placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Institutional investors now with more money are likely to make the coin less volatile, so to speak.
It's not true.
How would you respond to that?
They're wrong and I'm right.
So that's part 1, and lots of cool stuff in there. So loving it, yeah. Man, it's the thing is how there's always, every time there's this bear market, there's always some big victims, and so far we've seen some absolute doozies out there with Luna, Celsius, the centralized exchanges. All sorts of stuff happening. It really is crazy times. 3 Arrows, as we saw earlier, man, it definitely doesn't just unwind a lot of retail plebs. It definitely unwinds some of the big players out there too. So pretty crazy. Dog Days says everyone should be making a 4-year game plan to get ready for the next crash and capitalize on it, says Dog Days. Well, they are wrong. No, I'm right. Yeah, I love that one, Impress. It's pretty fun. He just waits. He waits for the preempt. Actually, I love the Kitco show. Kitco is one of my favorite ones. I do actually love that. They're pretty cool. Bob Wells says, "Man, I can't wait to buy some $500 Ethereum. That would be pretty awesome too." Well, once it gets to 500, Bob, you'll be thinking about $300, right? So we'll see how that goes. It's always the case. Once you get even lower, you think lower. It's just but when the price goes high, you think high. So this interesting thing, but definitely good area to buy for sure long term. Well, obviously if Pulsechain comes out, there may not be no need, right? There'll be just Pulsechain out there. All right, so this part's 2. Let's watch part 2. Bam. Let's make sure I got that loaded up. Probably part 2. Let's watch that.
We already had our top at 65K on Bitcoin, 4,400 on Ethereum, and I think we'll find new lows. I think you'll see Ethereum down at 300. I think you'll see Bitcoin down at 10,000, because historically that is what they have done in the past. And if you try and play the this time is different game, you're going to lose all your money. Usually it's not different. Usually history tends to repeat itself. Usually the market behavior rhymes. It's not identical, but it rhymes. The top for Bitcoin in this cycle which had just, I guess, made a new top. So it was a local top, but it lasted 6 months. I called it on the day. I said, this is a top. So Bitcoin went from $65,000 down to $30,000. I think it might even went 29.5, 28, something like that, depending on what exchange you're on. And so it dropped 55% from that day. And how did I know it was that day? Because it fell out of the parabola and everyone had their eyes on a single day. It was the easiest call ever. But it didn't go down the 85 like it normally did. It only went down 55 and now it went up again. But because it went up again, I don't know if it could do a double top. It could just be a temporary higher high and it could go make a new low and make everyone very sad. It took 6 months to make a slightly higher high from 65 to 69. And now
you predicted 60K. Are you prepared to make a prediction on the low?
Yeah, 85% drop. So it was 10K, but now that we went up to 69, it's 11K. I believe in the 85% drop. I believe in people selling the bottom. I believe in the pain. And I don't believe in people buying $1 million JPEGs forever and being profitable forever. Nope. Nope.
How long does it take? How long does this drop? How long will it take, do you think, the 85%?
Well, here's a trick.
Within a month or 3 months?
Here's a trick. The last bear market lasted exactly 365 days. We went from 20K down to 3K in exactly 365 days. So these bear markets, they don't have to last a long time. It just really matters how many people you shake out.
It goes along with what you're saying there,
right
Bruce.
there on the website.
The same going along with you saying, so the sooner people capitulate, the sooner we can get out of this bear market. Sell, baby, sell, says Chris. Mr. Cozy says, so RX saying BTC will tap 10K. That's from the 65 all time. It's not saying BTC will be 10K there on Kitco News. Well, in the last one, he just said about 69 there. So 69 down to 11. So he just said it'd be slightly higher there. RH for the win, lies beneath says. Yeah, absolutely. Richard, stop making people sad with your calls. Yeah. Always trust the charts, says Dog Days. That's true. Bob Wells says, it makes me happy even though I started 2 weeks before the BTC top. It makes me happy even though I started 2 weeks before the BTC top. Yeah. Richard said right there, all that matters is how much people you shake out. True that at the end. Stevie D says, woohoo, I'm late, but the important part is I made it. That is true, Stevie D. That is true. All right, so we've got Hex here at just under 3.6 cents at the moment. And it was only a little while ago that we were at 20 cents. So it's all happened pretty fast. We've got the weekly candles here. So this is the weekly and Hex. So we're up here, at this 20 cents there. So how long ago is that? That's a couple of weeks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, we were up at attacking that 20 cent mark. And of course, now we're down to, we've been as low as 2.96 here at the moment. So pretty dramatic there on the sell down. Currently at 3.6, which means it's a big buying opportunity for people, and people get those T-shares, those precious T-shares as well. So there's a couple optionalities there. Obviously, T-shares is the main game for Hex staking. The T-share rate goes up and to the right, as we say, up and to the right. Let's jump back that to the hourly and have to reset it again. It's got a basics functionality on this, so I can't really do it on auto or whatever. Let's put that on there. So that's the hourly. Tinkering around. We lost our top there. We had we're almost touching on 4. Isn't it funny how we don't quite make 4 cents and then we start selling down a little bit there? And obviously the market at the moment just pulled back just a little tad there, 21,800. So it was over 22,000 before. It's back a little bit there. Yeah, if you haven't gotten to Discord, the link's in the video description. Join up if you're new to the channel. We're almost at 500 people, 5 more people to get to 500. We are getting up there. It's really, really cool. So if you like good information and a good community, it's the place to be for sure. What else we got going on there? We got a couple of comments. All my first buys doubled in a week. I thought this crypto thing was easy, lol, says Bob. It is easy when you're riding up a massive wave, that's for sure. Woo, says J-Pon. Precisely says, my first big crypto drop was in December of 2013. Bitcoin went from $200 to $1,200. Then it dropped to 300 over the next few months. That was a rough time back then, lol, says Briz. Yeah, that definitely was. Okay, gang, stay cool. I'm off to sleep. Hey, Bob, sleep well. We'll catch you on the other side. And J-Pon says, keep missing these precious pieces of content. Show me the way. Superman says J-Pon. I love it. Hey, nice one, J-Pon. Welcome. And Briz says, I remember saying to myself, there's no way it can drop below 800 lol, says Briz. And yet it did. It dropped from 12 to dropped out 1200 to 300. Who's not on Discord yet? Get it? Yeah, yes, definitely join the Discord. There is the link in the video chat there. Blobfish King says, does anybody know why I would suddenly see 3 million die in my Rinkby test wallet? Rinkby test wallet. I have been practicing bridging over Ethereum. Not sure, but I probably wouldn't interact with it if it just popped in there. Who knows? Even on the test nets, you could probably get compromised. There's no difference in that. So you just probably wouldn't bother. It's probably fake die. It's probably fake die. Just be careful. Fake. It's probably fake test die. Got to be careful out there. What's up, peeps? Brendan in the house. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. Woo-hoo-hoo. We're rocking it here on Hex Token channel. 2 live streams today: Pulsechain, PulseX, and Pulse. No, it's Pulsechain, PulseX, and what? Hex. That's it. Yeah, almost Hex. Now, if you haven't checked out Hex, check out hex.com and do some investment due diligence. There's how to buy on the right there. Pretty awesome returns, up to average of 38% for 6.6 years average stake period. But once again, check it out. There's lots of cool tools as well. If you go to the links, there's lots of cool calculators and things like that. But you can also get those in Discord here under useful links. We've got lots of cool links to everything about Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX. And you can definitely check all that stuff out here, which is pretty cool. Nice. We're going to jump over to PulseX for a second. And we're going to do harvest our our tokens. We're going to harvest our tokens in our yield farm. As you guys know, am I the last content creator doing PulseX? Because I'm a believer. It's coming. It's coming. We're not going to forget that. People need to learn about it. People need to learn about PulseX. So cool. We are going to go and harvest our pool. That's what we do. That's how we roll. So we're going to go to our farm. We've got the whole ton of tokens. We're getting close to 100 million LP tokens. We are so close. 99.4. We should hit it today. 99.4. That's where we're at the stage. We've got 12.8 incentive tokens, $1,000. Yeah, I think we should still hit it today. It's going to be a close one. But we're going to do that. I'm going to do it super fast this time. I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to do it. So I'm just harvesting these tokens. It's going to go into the wallet. I'm not showing that this time because that's what I did last time. So we're just going to wait for that confirm. We're going to do this super fast. And bam. We've got those earnings. We're going to go to trade. We're going to exchange those now. We need some more Pulse tokens. So we're going to exchange those. Take our 12.88 incentive tokens. We're going to trade them for 226,000 Pulse. I know you guys are salivating. Everyone wants to get the Pulse. This is what you guys can't wait. You want Pulsechain to launch just so you can get to do this cool cycling here. Actually, I've got to upgrade the feed there. Let me edit the feed there. Hi, bam. Well, I had to upgrade that. I'm not sure why that was. So cool. We're going to close that. And bam. Let us go. Oh, probably because I didn't have enough there. Transact receipts. Very good. And we've got that Pulse in there now. Nice. We've got 226,000 Pulse. Now we're going to top up our liquidity in the pool. And of course, we're going to add liquidity. We're going to add PLS. And we're going to add PulseX. That's what we're topping up. And we're going to do that. And we're going to add the all. We're going to take away the decimals. And we're going to have just that amount. Where that's so we need 226,000 Pulse, 741,000 PulseX. We have this Uniswap version 2. We need equal amounts on both sides. That's got our share of the pool there. We're going to earn 0.22% of all trade fees in proportion to our number of LP tokens we've got. So that's cool. We're going to click supply. There we are. How many does it give us? Yeah, 409,000 LP pools there. Oh, we're not going to make 100 million, sorry. We're going to be shy about 200,000. No, that's a shame. We've got to wait till next time for that. That's. I was hoping to get 100 million. That's just the way we go. We're going to confirm that. Bam. Now we're going to get LP tokens sent to our wallet. Those LP tokens are your ownership of the pool. But what we can do is take those and earn the incentive token on them. So we're going to go to the farm there. We've got our receipts. Very, very cool. We're going to click on the PLSS farm. We're going to add our LP tokens, our 409,000. We're going to confirm that. And away you go. We are going to have to edit the feed because it's got some funny thing on it. We're going to save that and confirm. And boom, we have accepted that. Now we're at 99.4 million PulseX tokens. We go to 99.8 is where we're going to go to once it's successful. We're staking those tokens there. 99.8, there we are. Woohoo! We're still 200,000 LP tokens away from 100 million, but of course we're going to be earning more incentive tokens at a 72% APR. That seems to be staying pretty solid. That's because there's not many people on the actual PulseX at the moment. And of course, here on Hex Token, we are one of the main traders here on PulseX testnet here. Just the way it is. Actually, today's a big day in volumes. I'm a liar. I got called a liar straight away. We've got $333 million in volume. It's been a jump. We were down really. See those other days, we were much down, much lower. We've had a big jump in the volume there. So that wasn't me. So there we are. Straight away, I called out there. We got Pulse at 0046. We got the PulseX at 0014. We had some big moves here. We're at Algo Hex there, moving at the moment. So cool, that is it. So we're going to harvest those tokens. We will get over 100 million LP tokens next time, I'm sure. The burn is at 51.6 million. How much is that? Not much, not worth doing there. So that's PulseX, folks. Yours truly, Hex Token channel, still yield farming on the PulseX testnet. Woohoo! On Pulsechain testnet with PulseX, yeah. So cool. That was a bit of fun. I do love that stuff. I do love it for sure. I've been listening in the background, says Brennan. Very good. They better learn about it, says Briz. 610,000 hex per BTC right now. Man, it's moving around quite a bit. Real reviews, comment. That's a comment. I appreciate the comment there. David Anna says, don't think people realize how many onboarders the highest the stakes documentary will help X, PulseX, and Pulsechain. I agree with you, David Dunanda. In fact, we haven't actually gone to the highest the stakes for a little while. Let's see if they've got any highest stakes. Actually, have I followed them? Yeah, I have. What else? I don't know if we've got what else we seen there. That was the last video. We've been watching those the last couple of days. Obviously, there's a Hex Token channel, so we do cover a lot of those videos. We had that. What's this one here? The official composer for the film, Hannah Parrott, and getting an early screening of the film plus a brainstorming session. Getting a custom score is such a powerful way to take the story to the next level. Who is excited? I think this is really great. Getting a custom score on music score there on the film documentary, that's cool. That is, and of course, to lift it to that top level, typically that's what you want to do. By the way, it's her track we use for the sizzle, and then of course you can see her working there with the soundtrack there. We've got RG3 there, RG3 on the house there. That's really crazy stuff there. Rackham's in there. I like it a lot. I really like the setup, says Jackie. We bet you'd like the setup with the robot full set in your whiskey demos, more perhaps. Got a few comments in there. That's pretty hilarious. So looking good there. Can't wait for that. That's going to be pretty neat. So nice. People loving that. So that's cool. It's highest of stakes there. I think that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one there. So cool. Anyway, Hex at 3.5 cents. Woo! We're almost at 4 cents, man. We're almost at 3.5 cents at the moment. Get those deals while they last. Now, BNB is at 226, and of course, we're going to have a look at the BNB charts as we always do. We're going to have a look at Pulse Dodge. Pulse Dodge at just under 6/10 of a penny here. Let me get rid of that big comment. It's funny, whenever I forget about a comment, it's always some big comment, which is very hilarious there. And P33 is at just under 17 cents, and finally IM is at 5.13 there. Yeah, that's what's happening there. Nothing too exciting. All the excitement has really still been, I would suggest, on Maxi, still performing really well, 72% premium. And Pulse Dodge coin at $2.08 is still looking really good. I mean, it's a 2x on the price, and it's only just launched, a little while ago. So pretty exciting there. And so we'll switch to the premium here. Just have a quick look at that. Well, 72%, 71% at the moment on the premium for Pulse Dodge coin. All right, I think that's it. Let's have a look at one or two of those videos. We're going to have a look at that. I'm going to pull that up now. I'm gonna just pull up my favorite ones, to be honest. This is one of my favorite. I got 3 favorites out of this. The highest stakes did 3 videos. Richard Hart teasers. They're like highest stake teasers. I got 3 of them I particularly like. These are the ones.
I think cryptocurrency is one of the few things in the world that could really return power back to the people. Every year you get less and less choice. Your money's worth less and less. Your hours get longer. It seems like almost everything's getting worse. And crypto is one of the few things that lets you extract yourself from that horror. You can participate in the world's highest performing asset class. You can participate in trustless peer-to-peer revolution in finance where, you know, there's no banking hours. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's you and the code. You know, nobody else can stop you from cashing out. Nobody else can stop you from doing what you want to do. And, you know, when you give people the power to create good things, they quite often do. A lot of innovations come from cryptocurrency. There's things you can do in crypto that you can't do anywhere else in the world. And I'm proud to be part of that revolution.
Brennan says, Matty Allen did an interview with the shark named Deanne yesterday, and there's a big play, for PLSX. Yeah, I did see that, and we've talked about that counter narrative as well. It's going to be interesting to see that. I think I can't see the main chain getting beaten out, but Pulsechain is certainly going to be probably that first. I call it the Super Dex. I think it's going to be Super Dex. Good chance of it. So we'll see how that plays out. Now he was talking about trading, right? He's trading his positions from US dollars into Hex, and I think he talked about buying. Was it at 3.3 cents, something like that? You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what he was saying there as well. So instead of so I'll just leave it at that. That's probably where I hit on that one. So it was cool. It was a good interview. I appreciated a lot of the perspectives in there. It was pretty neat as well. What's the other one here? I like this one here. This is my, I think this is my second favorite, this one.
So there is no such thing as perfect security. Perfect security, you have a ratio between the amount of effort you put into being secure and the amount of effort that people are using to attack you. And then you have what's called attack surface. The more places that you have to secure, the less secure a thing is. Hex was more easy to secure than a lot of things because it has a limited number of functions, and most of those functions timed out. So for instance, if there was a flaw in the referral program, that doesn't exist anymore. So it doesn't matter. If there was a flaw in the adoption amplifier, it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter. And so by restricting the number of functions and making the code immutable so that it can never change, it allowed us to be extremely secure, which is why we've never had an inflation bug. We're extremely resistant to inflation bugs, but Bitcoin's had several inflation bugs. Monero's had inflation bug. XLM's had an inflation bug. Ravencoin's had an inflation bug. Coins have inflation bugs, which basically means you can mint as many free coins as you want all the time, but my coin doesn't. It's a superior design. Now, Pulsechain, we're using the most secure software that's out there already, which is Ethereum. It's never had an inflation bug, and we're fixing a lot of things. The code that is Ethereum isn't perfect, and we're making it better than what we got.
Yeah, so I really like that video. That's those two are like my 2 favorites. I got another one too. We'll play that later. That's pretty good. Those are my top 3 out of the 7. What else have we got there? I want to see RH play basketball. Me too. That's a good point. Me too. And of course, he wears all those cool boots. His expensive boots. I'd love to see him play. That's for sure. I'm sure he's good. Says how I'm at it. Yeah. Brendan says, yeah, that's right. Actually, I've got a cool video for that. Let's play that while I'm here. Let's play that. Since we're talking about basketball, I've got to remember where I found it. This was a meme thing on Richard Hart's feed. I thought this was hilarious. So you know how Richard Hart goes shopping and all that shopping stuff. Let's actually pull that up first. We'll pull that up before I play the video. But Richard Hart's got that video that we watched the other day of him going shopping, and I want to play that. So let's jump through some of this. This one here. Richard Hart shopping like with all the bags. So that's really cool. But let's play the video, and I think I've got it here somewhere here. Yeah, this one here. This is hilarious, man.
baby.
I lift things up and put them down.
I lift things up and put them down. Good old Arnie's quote there. That's hilarious, man. That is so funny. That was a really good one. So I thought you guys might find that funny. That was pretty cool. Very nice. Let's go up to, we got a few other comments here. Brendan says, yeah, that's right. He feels the bottom was in, but he said if BTC goes to 13,000, he can see 2.5 to 1 cent X. Yeah, well, me too. I think we talked about that yesterday, Brennan, that 1 cent's in the game. I think it's, we need to do a correlation. I'm going to try, I actually probably will do. I tried to do one yesterday, just didn't succeed at the time. I wanted to get one autoed, so I'll have to look around for that. But definitely, that's possibly in the game there. It's a good point. I'm going to look at that. Dan is the boss. Yeah, he was a really nice guy too on the video. I thought Dan was pretty good. Made himself a millionaire too through Hex. So congratulations to him and all that. Mr. Cos says, yeah. So RH is thinking ETH $400 and BTC 10,000. But this does not necessarily mean that will happen. BTC to drop 10K. If it will drop to 10K, it will be a bull back straight after. Yeah, that's right. So nothing's inevitable. Mr. Cosy Desk, obviously. So far, we're definitely in a bear trend. We're definitely got volatility. And of course, yeah, nothing is inevitable. So you're quite right about that. At the moment, there's a lot of bad things happening as well. Like I said, with the Lunar and Celsius, these are major things with the 3 arrows there we saw earlier. So there is a lot of fuel on the fire at the moment. The interest rate rises as well, 75 basis points. So there is a lot of stuff there. So where it decides to cool down, we will find out. Yeah, we will find out. But I guess the trend is your friend at this stage. What I'd say about that. Brent Islick in the house there. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Hey, great stream. Appreciate you, says BB. Hey, appreciate Ballet Brand. $3.69. Now we all know what that means. A big shout out to that. We love Hex, man. Getting to Hex. 3.69% inflation. That's nominal. Of course, effective inflation is lower. So that's pretty cool. And of course, I have to do the Superman bow down for the super sticker. So I appreciate that. It's now, it says, you dumb man. You dumb man. That's right. Brendan Eslick says, I lagged. I lagged when he said he wanted him to be a doctor, but he got a 0 score, but said he made 100K in crypto. Yeah, that's true, Brendan. I laughed at that too. That was pretty funny. Talking about Dan there from the interview with Matty Allen. Yeah, I like that. 11K says Mr. Cosy. Yeah, 11K does seem pretty fair. I had it down at 9.5K, 9.5K for the pullback. So we'll see how we get on with that. Yeah, 9.5K for BTC. All right, cool. Let us see how we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nothing is inevitable, but the trend is your friend. How about that? Nothing is was it? Yeah. All right, let us see where BTC is at. 21,781 at the moment. That's how it is. That is just what it is. And we've got the Hex is at 3.5 cents. That's how we roll. If you haven't got the Discord, hit the link in the video description and get in there. Cool information, cool community. That's what's going on there. We had a couple of big stakes here. So Epic Crypto picked out. We had 2 big stakes here on the whales. 15 days, 9,000 T-shares. And also this one here, 80 million here for 3,700 T-shares. Both these particular wallets didn't have any stakes, but this one had, I think, a couple of little stakes, really little ones, around like three little ones. But the bulk of these two, these are the big short stakers from the looks of it. Not sure if there's been any associations with those, but you can see them on the Hex Whale bot. And that's the one there. So I'm not sure if anyone's done any. Sometimes when you click on these on the Whale bot, you can see people have done any sort of chain analysis or this or that. I did some quick stuff there just to see what stakes they had. That's typically what I do, is just paste into a stake thing to have a look. So yeah. Now remember, when we take the Hex audit with Gunther, we have about 70.7 billion Hex in circulating supply. Obviously, much of that is in active liquid Hex. But some of it is active liquid Hex. In other words, it goes into liquidity pools, gets traded around. So that sort of stuff, you can break it down further like that. But that's kind of our best estimate at the moment. publicly is the Hex audit. And of course, we did a video on that on the other day on this channel with a whole ton of charts. So I tried to visualize that. Sometimes pictures are a bit easier than numbers for some people. And I certainly like seeing visuals. So you can check that out on this channel on the Hex audit with the Gunther's one. Now, that's also based on year, because I happen to have the Hex audit file from a year ago. Now, Gunther's not making that public generally, but he did put up a summary on Matty Allen's show, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Matty Allen's show. And so I took a snapshot of that, and then I did a comparison between June and May last year, and came up with those charts. So it was pretty cool year on year. It showed that Hex in the public hands was down 11 billion, and we know obviously a big amount of that was with the sacrifices. So interesting nevertheless. So cool. It is kind of a best estimate there. So cool. That is that one. I don't know if we've got anything on the other one. Let's have a look. Now we're going back to the other big Hex short-term staker there, which is way down here. Yeah, this one here. So let's see if anyone's done any comments on this. Trying to see anything in here. He was testing Pulsechain testnet, but accidentally switched back to ETH. Yeah, it was possibly. So that's happening there. Cool. Let's jump over to the Hex price, 3.5 cents. Not much change. Brennan said his dad, sorry, or no, I got that one there, Brennan. Bloodfish Skin says 24-hour live stream when Hex Token reaches 5555 subscribers. Yeah, well, we're going to do something special for 5555 subscribers, but at the moment we're at where we're at the moment. 4,720 subscribers at the moment. So big shout out, appreciate everybody's support. We're trying to climb up to 5,000. That's our next one. And of course, there's nothing like when a Hex Token channel reaches a 5555. There's nothing quite like that, is there? And I know other channels have celebrated that in the community when they get up to that level. So pretty cool. 24-hour live stream, man. That's going to have to get a lot of guests on to make that work. That's for sure. I mean, you guys know I can talk, but 24 hours, it's a long time. So yeah. But PB says this is a great haha. Love me some memes and comedy. Yeah, me too. That's pretty hilarious. Let's play it one more time. Actually, that was pretty funny. Let's see if we can. Pretty funny there.
Yeah, baby.
I lift things up and put them down.
Yeah, I do love it. That's so true. That's some pretty funny stuff. Brennan says that will be all on all one of ours in the future as well. Day jobs. Yeah, that's true. What do you think Hex will reach 555 stakers? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, says Brennan. Yeah, absolutely. Let's play. We're going to play another one of these videos. Let's pull that up. We're going to play. What's the other one that I always get the wrong one whenever I play it? So we'll try this one. I can't remember what this one is, but we'll try this one. Try this one.
I think I'd still be writing the Sci-Vive book. Probably the better name because the Sci-Vive name didn't hook so good. But you know, before I came out and started doing YouTube videos about crypto, I was just doing YouTube videos teaching people to have better relationships, give better apologies, be healthier, you know, happier, and I would just keep doing that. I was already retired, so just trying to make the world a better place.
Crypto Maniac says doubling my Hex stake this weekend. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's what Hex is about, getting those stakes, those T-shares, earning that Hex per day. Now, obviously, people do trade, like they can trade the chart. Obviously, if they sold at the top of the chart of Hex and bought and kept the US dollars now, they could buy back a ton of Hex right now. But the idea of Hex is not to trade. The idea is you don't take the risks on of trading. You don't have the stress on of trading. The idea is to stake out longer period of time, get rewarded, longer pays better for getting those T-shares. That's the whole idea. And of course, the more and more people that get to enjoy that, the better. And of course, the share rate's going up and to the right as well, makes it more difficult, even if you know, relatively speaking, to over time. So it just depends on your luck. Obviously, if the market's already pulled back so many percentage, what impact does trading do as well. So there's, there's the pros and cons to all that. But the whole idea is to make it so you don't have to stress about it. You just have to stake your T-shares and ride through the price cycles. It's kind of the whole concept of Hex there, and you get rewarded for doing so. Now, the other side of it, of course, is we still need to focus on supply and demand. We still need to get out and do direct promotions, still need to build all those sort of cool things. And we've got a whole list of things that are being built out. We've got Hedron, we've got Maxi, we've got Flex, we've got Hex Investment Trust, we've got the highest of stakes, we've got Pulsechain coming, we've got Pulsechain coming, we've got retail virality, YouTubers are growing, we've got all that encourage all that sort of stuff. We've got more social influencers, it just goes on and on and on. So definitely we've got the OA as well, the origin count working as a feature and a benefit. So there's lots of stuff there as well. But at the end of the day, we just got to get out there and spread the word too. So it's very important. I meant subscribers. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, it's now. Yeah, I knew what you're talking about. My cost average is 4 cents, so hoping I can lower it a bit, says Crypto Manny. Cool. That's a very good. You're doing well with that. So cool. We're going to watch out. Let's just replay the first 2 videos in case you just came in. We've got a few more viewers in now, so we're going to play the two first videos here with Richard, just showing Richard Hart's genius and his insights into the market. So we're going to get into that. Before we do that, though, we've got Sandeep in the house from India, and this is what I love about the community. Everyone around the world, and of course, crypto gives opportunity for everybody to do well. Particularly Hex, of course. Hex, it's such a beautiful product. It's got audits. It's really pioneered the way in audits, pioneered Uniswap, using Uniswap decentralized exchanges. And of course, you've seen the problems with centralized exchanges, locking withdrawals and all sorts of stuff. It's mutable. It doesn't have anybody in the middle. It just runs itself. And of course, it grows as the community grows. And it's got mechanics that also balance things out for people that enter in one day versus people entering another day with the share rate. So it's got lots of really cool things to it and much, much more that we often talk about. So hex.com, check it out, folks, if you're just new to the channel. All right, so KD's in the house. Woohoo! What's that, the bread? Is that the bread and the ducks? Quack, quack. Midnight nodding out. See you, Superman. Join Discord. Absolutely, Stan. I appreciate it. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Legends. Hey, mate. Howdy. Hey, Adam. Good to see you in the chat. All right, let's get into the first video. This is part 1. There's 3 parts. This is part 1 here. And of course, Robbie Davidson, who's a great member in the Hex community. And a big shout out there as I think put these together. So big shout out. This is part 1 of 3. And we've got the first 2 parts so far.
Amazing run. Went up, 23x in so many days. Green line up, parabola. Fell out of the parabola, red line. Do I run a paid group or I just make amazing price calls for free? I make amazing price calls for free. I called the Bitcoin top on the day. Did I charge you for it? Did I charge you anything for the education? No. Why? Because I've been a retired multimillionaire since 2003. I brag about it all the time. I called the top. And I told you last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. This cycle, Ethereum topped exactly 27 days after Bitcoin did. Exact same thing. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin's great run.
This one?
Here's where we fall out of the parabola. Yep. Just click the chart. Hey, look, we're going up. Oh, look, we're not going up no more. Doom time. And check the timestamp, and that timestamp equals the picture in the chart. That's where I called the top. Anytime we get one of these big run-ups, which, by the way, is usually following by a crash, which I think we are due for the rest of the crash. We're already down half. I think we'll go down another 75% to an 85% total drop.
Wait,
Nobody else thinks that.
80% total drop for what?
I think Bitcoin will tap $10,000 from its high of 65,000 because that's what it normally does. It drops 85%. Ethereum usually drops 95% because it has lower liquidity, so it acts like a leverage position on Bitcoin to some degree. Well, so Bitcoin runs up, ETH runs up higher.
The people in the Bitcoin ecosystem tell me, look, Bitcoin is unlikely to do what it has been doing in the past couple cycles, which is drop 80%, precisely because new institutional money have already been placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Institutional investors now with more money are likely to make the coin less volatile, so to speak.
It's not true.
How would you respond to that?
They're wrong and I'm right.
So that's part one, or part, yeah, so that's pretty cool.
And written right there on the website says you must have no expectation.
In Los Angeles, love your content. Watch every day, but too late to chat. Great to see you in the chat there, Henry. I do appreciate that. And yeah, 2 times a day, Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex live streaming. And we're going to be live streaming rain or shine. Doesn't matter whether the market's booming at the top. Everyone's hyped and pumped and buying those Teslas. I'm sure you're buying Teslas out there. And of course, or whether you're buying your Ferraris, of course, or whether you, it's at the bottom. We'll be covering it rain or shine, that's for sure. And of course, when it's at the bottom, people can buy more, right? The retail book can buy more. We've seen a lot of large holders selling, and of course, the retail book has been the ones buying primarily. So it's good to see that. It's a great thing. The great redistribution, as we call it, or the great Hex redistribution, and the Pulsechain's coming. So good, perfect time for that. So nice. Let's see. This is the second part. We're going to play this out. So cool. Let's get into this. This is part number 2.
We already had our top at 65K on Bitcoin, 4,400 on Ethereum, and I think we'll find new lows. I think you'll see Ethereum down at 300. I think you'll see Bitcoin down at 10,000, because historically that is what they have done in the past. And if you try and play the this time is different game, you're going to lose all your money. Usually it's not different. Usually history tends to repeat itself. Usually the market behavior rhymes. It's not identical, but it rhymes. The top for Bitcoin in this cycle, which had just, I guess, made a new top, so it was a local top, but it lasted 6 months, I called it on the day. I said, this is a top. So Bitcoin went from $65,000 down to $30,000. I think it might even went 29.5, 28, something like that, depending on what exchange you're on. And so it dropped 55% from that day. And how did I know it was that day? Because it fell out of the parabola and everyone had their eyes on a single day. It was the easiest call ever. But it didn't go down the 85 like it normally did. It only went down 55, and now it went up again. But because it went up again, I don't know if it could do a double top. It could just be a temporary higher high, and it could go make a new low and make everyone very sad. It took 6 months to make a slightly higher high from 65 to 69. And now
you predicted 60K. Are you prepared to make a prediction on the low?
Yeah, 85% drop. So it was 10K, but now that we went up to 69, it's 11K. I believe in the 85% drop. I believe in people selling the bottom. I believe in the pain. And I don't believe in people buying $1 million JPEGs forever and being profitable forever. Nope. Nope.
How long does it take? How long does this drop? How long will it take, do you think, the 85%?
Well, here's a trick.
Within a month or 3 months?
Here's a trick. The last bear market lasted exactly 365 days. We went from 20K down to 3K in exactly 365 days. So these bear markets, they don't have to last a long time. It just really matters how many people you shake out. And written right there.
Cool. So that's the second part. We're going to get part 3 out probably tomorrow or overnight. So I'll play that tomorrow. Mr. D says, "Sup, Superman, finally trace back through your feeds to find swap space. No good for me though. Can't buy Hex direct and quite pricey. Yeah. So really, swap space is just an easy swap space. Depends on what you're swapping. It can actually generally be quite cheap. It just depends what cross chain you're doing, what token you're doing as well. And obviously they aggregate it so they get the best rate for you from that point of view. So what I think, if you're talking about a fiat gateway, there are other options. Obviously, the one that I've talked about on this channel is Easy Crypto. That's the one I use. It's but only people from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, and I think it's Brazil open to use that at the moment. But it is an extremely good service. But there will be other ones around. So maybe I'll look at a few of those as well. So you can definitely get that. Let me know in the comments there. Trying to cool sites that you can do that. I'm just trying to think. Just can't remember off the hand because it's been a while since I was talking about those other sites. So I just can't remember what they are. The people in the chat might know some good ones. I think you got options like MoonPay and things like that. Crypto.com. Stuff like that. I've got those on my list there, so maybe some of those things. So MoonPay, Crypto.com, or Easy Crypto is the bridge, as I said it, and that is a top notch. That you don't get much better than that. Although the weekends, it depends if you're buying or selling. The weekends, over the weekends, it can be a little. They've got to wait typically to when you're selling to the next week. But if you're buying, then they're pretty much 24/7, 7 days a week. Really good service, like really good. Yes, I'll look into that too. You're welcome. Hey, love Rich in the house there. Yo, 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 yo. As we say, yo, 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 yo. I can see you, love Rich in the house there. Yeah, so here's Hex at the moment, 3.5 cents. We're just chilling it with the homies. People got the limit orders in. People are dollar cost averaging. And the thing is, this is the thing, is that obviously the retail's been buying a lot and getting a lot more volume. And of course, imagine this scenario that the rest of the market is red, for example, and of course Hex is green. That green candle, we know in crypto people follow the green candles, the green up and to the right. So it'd be interesting to see that play out. And it's going to be fun to see. The other thing, of course, if we do get Bitcoin down to 11,000, what impact will it have on Hex? So will Hex budge, not have a very strong correlation to that? Of course, I think with the last one we saw, actually Hex correlation wasn't as strong as the previous one. I think after we went under 10 cents, it was a pretty important one for X at the time. We defended that for, if you remember, we defended the line for about 80 days at 10 cents. And once we broke through that, that was an opportunity for retail, obviously, to pick up a lot more volume. So I know a lot of people on this channel have been picking up a lot of Hex volume and have lowered their average cost as well. And got themselves some nice T-share positions. So that's been a benefit to those people, which is cool. And Pulsechain is coming. It will coming here eventually. Yeah, let's see when no one knows when it's going to launch now. Richard obviously taking into account the market conditions. And I think that's pretty clear, as well as obviously the validator code being rewritten and stuff like that. But of course, once you write code, you've got to test it to the hilt with the edge cases, so it takes a lot longer to do. Just arrived. Hex has been chilling at 3 cents. Says, yep. Actually, we've got a poll. We've got a poll on. I forgot about my poll. We're going to look at the poll. Mr. D says, my trip to New Zealand got busy for all the wrong reasons. Got back in the UK trying to onboard my family at these fantastic Hex prices. Yeah, Mr. D, very, very cool. I would definitely dollar cost average them in. Obviously, if we just don't know the downsides yet, but it's looking pretty good. This is definitely, my view, DCA range. In chat sets goes under a penny. Always possible, love Rich. Always possible, especially now that we're at 3.5 cents. When do you think BTC will hit 11K? Well, if we do the annualized basis like we saw the previous 2017, 2018 bull market, as Richard said in the video, that was 365 days. So if we've been 8 months already from the second double top to 69, we've still got probably 4 months to go if you use that as an average. So yeah, that's just one way of looking at it. There's probably different approaches to trying to estimate the time, but we did that earlier. It was about probably another 4 months. But of course, it can always happen faster than that. And as Brazolji pointed out before, if a lot of pain happens at a short space of time, then people that might be enough to get the bottom in. Smash those likes, says Katie. Absolutely smash those likes. Let us jump over to the YouTube. And we're going to go to Hex Token channel, represent. Hey, look, Hex Token channel's live. Let's go check it out. I loved all these thumbnails here with all the Richard's Hearts here. I've stolen it off the richardheart.com site, by the way. All those pictures, that's pretty much there. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to do what you got to do. We're going to go to the community site there, and of course, let's have a look at the poll. I put this out 3 hours ago. We've got 181 votes in there, and of course, given market conditions, what Hex investing are you doing right now? What Hex investing are you doing right now? We've got 181 votes. Buying Hex with every spare cent I have, 23%. Buying Hex with every spare cent I have, so it's 23. That's actually pretty good. That's almost 1 in 4 people out of 180. So they're trying to get as much Hex as they can at the moment. Still dollar cost averaging into Hex. In other words, buying it at different prices to seeing how it goes. Maybe it falls a bit lower. They got some limit orders in or something at 1 cent or 2 cents or whatever they think it's going to go to. Remember, 2.5, 2.6 cents is a 95% pullback. It's pretty hardcore. Yep. Number 3, holding my position while I wait for things to calm down, 25%. Waiting it out, just saying, hey, how much lower is this going to go? What's happening with the market? Is it going to settle down? Is it going to move sideways? What's going to happen there? So people doing that. Selling Hex, market is going to keep dropping, 9%. So 1 in 10 people there are actually selling Hex, and of course maybe they're going to buy back later if it plays out for them, and then they'll be able to buy back a lot more volume. So that maybe some people are doing that, and of course, yeah. So very cool. So holding my position on 1 and 4 people doing that, and almost not quite, but 40%, 2 and 5 people dollar cost averaging there. And we've got other ones here. Other comment 2%, so 2% there. Let's have a look at the comments, see what they actually said. Crypto Ethos says sitting limit orders with bigger pockets too. Not sure if we'll hit that 2.5 cents, but so that's the 95% pullback level. But set it if it does, then just wait for the next lower and wait again and again and again. So we're buying in lower there. I think I was the other one. Yeah, nice. I said there. So that is the poll. We'll see how that gets on tomorrow. And of course, it's only been up for 3 hours there, so you can go and vote if you like on that one. So cool VIP, that's on the community tab, so it's pretty easy to get to as well. Nice. All right, so that's that. Says I am for sure one of those that voted buying Hex with every cent I have. Lol. Says nice, I like it. You are a true Hexkin. You're a true Hexkin. All or nothing, freedom. I love it. That's so cool. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Let us see where we're at this time. 16 past 7. I'm going to probably wrap up now. It's been an hour and 16 minutes. I'm going to grab myself some dinner, watch some cool sci-fi, and of course I'll be back on tomorrow. 2 live streams, Pulsechain, Pulsechain and Hex every day. I'm going to be trying to get what am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to, let me see, I try to remember the name. At least I got it wrong, right? The Pulse hot list site. Now, I do think, if you recall that drama yesterday, before we finished the live stream, as I'll talk about this, you recall that we did a review yesterday. I'm hoping to get some of the team members on here. But of course, there was something, a bit of to and fro there from the Free Pulse who do this site. What's the other site I'm trying to think of? I've just lost the mind freeze here. And Pulsepot and Free Pulse there. So I think they might actually have some of those comments on here. They actually responded to the criticism there. So I thought it was pretty good what they said. So actually, where is it in here? They had, because it had people here, oh boy, people are crying, at least read the website. So that what happened there. And so they had a couple of comments on there. Just trying to get to it, trying to find it here. They've actually posted a couple of extra stuff here. This ranking site website looks great. It says Pulse Chad. It's not what I'm after though. You can now go to Pulse Hot List and to activate your 10% referral. What else today? We have listed 1 new project, listed 3 new users, updated a ton of data, added some disclaimers, and bold the sacrifice activations. We're close to 1,000 followers after day 1. Hello Pulsechain. Let's clean up the space. I think they actually had a response here. I'm trying to find it. I thought they had this on there. Where is it here? Yeah, I thought I had a response here. I can't actually see it here. It was on my other link here. Let me know if you guys know where it is. But they did respond to Pulsepot. Pulsepot. They responded to Pulsepot and said they had added them on the site properly, and that they apologized for getting that wrong. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was hoping that the tweet was here, but I can't see it. Let's have a look at Pulsepot here. Bam. Is it here? So it wasn't Pulse Hot Leads list. It was actually the parent one, Free Pulse here. So Free Pulse is obviously the gambling site, and of course that's the creators of that created Pulse Hot List. Many were concerned about PulseHotList.com not being 100% neutral. We talked about that yesterday. Well, it wasn't, and it was our mistake. Pulsepot is now listed. We apologize to everybody, especially to the Pulsepot team, for the inconvenience to transfer in the future. So that's pretty cool. And so lots of positive feedback from that. So that's pretty cool to see that tweet out there. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so that is pretty much that as well. So you can definitely check that out. If you want details on Pulse Hot List there, you can see there. Sacrifice there as well. We've also got obviously Pulsepot there as well if you want to check those out too. So that was pretty nice. let us jump away. Hex at 3.5 cents. We're going to wrap it up. Finally going to wrap it up there. Great stream, says BB. I appreciate that. Lots of hearts and thumbs up. Let's play out the rock music, man. That's how we roll on this channel. We're going to pump it up. Let's go. This is Power City Core, one of my favorite teams. And I think I love the utility that these guys are going to be doing. So let's pump it out with the dance music on the way out. Hope you guys are having a good time. I will catch you guys all tomorrow. Take care out there as well. Woohoo! Let's rock it. All right, take care, everybody. Instagram model love to you all, and I'll catch you on the other side. Bye for now.